delicatebeats.com.
What's up YouTube, JT here for delicatebeats.com. Today we are mixing synths for trap. Alright, so let's listen to the final result first. Alright, so let's delete all of the plugins that I've applied to this particular sound, and let's listen to the sound I started out with first. So as you can see, there's not much to the sound, it's just a very dry electric piano. And now let's dive right in. I'm going to show you the plugins that I use to achieve this kind of sound. The first being a tape Flutter emulation. In this case, I'm using the WoW control by Goodhertz. There's a bunch of plugins out there like the RC20 and some of the UAD stuff, but I find this one very low in CPU usage, very straightforward. As you can see, there's a BPM control here, so you can sync it to your beats' tempo. And then it's really just a matter of increasing the amount to where it doesn't sound completely out of tune, but it kind of gives it that vintage, you know, crooked vibe. So for me, around 35, 40, 45% in the amount does the trick. So with the plugin, this is without. It's a really cool vintage vibe there. Then I want to apply some EQ, and usually what I'll start out with is a low cut and a high cut. To give it that kind of vintage lo-fi feel, almost telephone type of sound. So something like that to start out with. We're going to refine the EQ later on. Then you want to apply some sort of reverb. I usually go to the Valhalla Vintage Verb, which is one of my favorite, all-time favorites in the reverb department. And then it's just a matter of you know, trying different things. It could be a very slow decay, short decay. But in this case, I like the longer decays, like 2 seconds. All right, let's say that's pretty good. Then what I'll do usually is go back with a second EQ and try to tame some of those harsher, you know, mid to high mid frequencies. As you'll see, it'll be very prominent around 500 to 1000K. You can also compensate adding some low mids. And finally, to top it all off, I usually put a Sidechain Compression plugin. In my case, I use the LFO tool. You could use a compressor or, you know, the Kickstart plugin. And then that's pretty much it. That'll tuck the sound right in there with the drums. So that's pretty much all there is to it. If you want to compare again, you know, This is what we started out with. And you'll see that if we try that with the drums, it sounds very stiff and very, you know, dry. So, once again. And I'm very happy with this result. Just for the sake of the argument, I'm going to show you that this kind of plugin chain, we're going to copy all of these plugins, can be easily applied to any other sound you're going to add to your arrangement. So I also have this Omnisphere piano here. Sounds pretty good, but if you add it to the drums, it still sounds stiff, you know? So again, we're just going to copy and paste the exact same plugins, and then we're going to tweak each and every one of them to fit the second sound. Well, that sounds pretty good, but what I'm going to show you then is just this little trick with the reverb. So you can just play around with the decay time and maybe the preset, say smooth room, to make a very different type of reverb on this one. And see, just with the decay length, you can really have, you know, either a very big big ambience around the sound, or a very more intimate type of sound. You can come back in there and maybe tweak the EQ a bit more. And then it becomes really just a matter of personal preference. So I hope these little EQ and plugin tips help you achieve the sound that you're going for with your trap beats. I'm JT for delicatebeats.com. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions, you can use the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and on this note, have a very productive weekend. I know I'm gonna have one. All right, peace out, guys.